present LCFC TV. I'm here with Mr. Alan Young.
I'm still alive.
You still alive?
I'm still alive, everybody. Contrary to popular belief and what a lot of people might actually be happy with, but I'm still around.
And we're here. We've come to the pub.
We have.
Bit of a lunchtime chat down the boozer.
Oh, prawn cocktail sandwich, Phil. Thank you very
Cocktail
much.
Brigade, Alan.
Oh.
Don't tell me you've come to that now.
I like a bit of prawn cocktail. I love that.
Well, we thought we'd come and have a little chat. We've pulled to bits the West Brom game.
Yeah.
And watched.
Disappointing, there.
Well, disappointing. We're going to look forward, though, to Southampton away.
Yeah.
So, what did you think, Alan, about Saturday, West Brom?
I think they were there to be beat. I think we let ourselves down a bit. We had a couple of good chances. Jamie, I think, will be thinking now, well, why did I not have a little touch? You know, a little chest, little thigh, touch to the side and bang, it's a goal.
On his scissor kick?
Aye. And I think he could have done better with that. He maybe thought the goalkeeper was coming to flatten him. But how you take that as a striker? But in the second half, I think you've got to give Ben Foster a wee bit of credit. His goalkeeping was so tidy and so textbook. But Jamie had a chance in the second half. Andy King, it came onto him a wee bit fast, but again, straight to the keeper.
Yeah, well, I mean, when we watched Match of the Day highlights again, when you watch it at the game, you see some things, but when you watch it in the highlights again, you see something different. And that Andy King header,
yeah,
I think that was like the moment. That was the chance.
Well, that was.
It was 10 minutes to go, 12 minutes to go.
But let's not forget the goal. I mean, it was a complete freak. I mean, nobody expected. Well, I thought Wes did brilliant. Cambiasso was being honest and trying to track his runner. Had he been one of those dishonest players that didn't go back, the ball wouldn't have gone in the net.
Well,
so
that's it. I mean, some of the fans, when we signed Cambiasso, thought, is he just coming for an easy game? But, I mean, he was all over the pitch again, and he just tracked back about 40 yards, I think, as fast as he could. And he was just unlucky. It hit him hard on his leg as well, didn't it?
It hit him on a bone, if it hit him on the thigh or something like that. But it might have got away. Flew past thigh.
And sort of a bit typical of our sort of look at the moment, or the look we're creating for ourselves.
Well, it's 5 games now without a win. I think it's five defeats, in fact, on the row.
I think we picked up 1 point against Burnley, so I think
of course, I beg your pardon.
It's 1 point in a possible 15.
Well, Nigel's going to have to be looking long and hard about the players. The players have got to be thinking about that themselves as well, because ultimately it's their performance that gets the job done. Nigel can make substitutions, he can change formations, but it's the players. It's the players' responsibility to, if they're picked, to do their job. And if they're on the bench and they come off, you give you another little a G up, as it were. But ultimately, and I know that, I was a player, once I get on that pitch, it's down to me, nobody else. I can't point the finger at the manager or the coaching staff or anybody and say, well, we didn't do this, didn't do that. I've prepared properly and I'm doing my best. So it's down to not just the 11, it's down to there's 14 out of 18 players that the manager can choose on the day. And when you get your chance, you're really going to have to take it. And as a team, when we get our chances, we're really going to have to start taking them.
From the fans' point of view, when we watched the Swansea game, I think most fans, the disappointment was not necessarily the 2-0 defeat away at Swansea, which, they're no mean shakes at the moment. I think it was the performance. It looked like we just rolled over a little bit and gave the ball away too much, at least against West Brom.
Yeah.
It felt like the team was back on tracks a little bit with that level of performance.
I listened to it, Phil, on a certain radio station.
The Swansea game?
Not that radio station, but a radio station. And it was on live. And we never really started, did we? We never got a kick in the first 15, 20, half an hour. And generally, the performance was, although the stats say we had more possession, but you know that I'm not the greatest stats man.
It was,
no,
I know.
You can have one chance in a game, score it, win 1-0. Another team's got 96% of the possession. So what? So we had possession. We couldn't score goals.
I mean, again, against West Brom, I don't know what the stats were. I've not looked them up, but the feeling was that we were well on top in that game. But the key stat is they got the 1 goal. But it was a terrible own goal that sort of was the difference in a not the most exciting and a pretty scrappy game at times.
Well, what interested me about West Bromwich was in the first 15, 20 minutes, they weren't bothered about going forward. They let us have the ball in our half. And I think that's their experience in the Premiership. You're not going to win the game in the first 15, 20 minutes, but you can certainly lose it. Yeah. So they've been in the Premiership for a wee while now. They've learnt that. They go out and they don't go hell for leather. to try and go and score and score and score and score. I think that's a wee bit what we try to do.
Yeah.
And maybe we get caught out a wee bit. So a wee bit more nous, Premiership nous, saying, look, we're not going to win the game in the first 50 minutes. Let's just sit back. Let's just let them have the ball. Let's get and then build our way into the game. Stay in the game till at least 60 minutes, 70 minutes, and then you've got your chance of maybe taking a few wee more risks, changing from the bench to maybe pinch a goal. But, Phil, West Bromwich, I feel we should have beaten, but Saturday is going to be a different story altogether.
Well, Southampton, a bit like Swansea and West Brom, are one of those teams who've been in the Premier League a couple of seasons now, starting to really establish themselves. Southampton were the bookies' favourites to go down after the summer of mess with all the players that were leaving the Exodus.
But Phil, they've sold, nearly £100 million worth of players.
Yeah.
And they're second top of the Premiership. Now, is that luck? Or is that great management? And he's pulled a few more players, and especially the guy Pelly, who we were interested in. I flagged him up quite a wee while ago. You know, the big 6 foot odd centre forward, and he was available, I think, virtually free of charge.
Yeah.
He would have made a big difference, I think, and he is making a difference to Southampton. They play some cracking football. They've got a great work ethic. Their confidence must be absolutely sky high. Second top in the Premiership. They'll be saying, bring them on. They won't care who they're going to be playing Saturday. Bring Man United, bring Arsenal, bring Real Madrid, Barcelona. They'll take them on. So I tell you what, on Saturday is going to be, I think, the biggest test we've had this season.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, typical Leicester, we'll probably go there and win. I hope we do. But it probably will be a real toughie because they are on fire. They're one of the form teams. That's probably they are playing better than Man U and Arsenal and Everton.
They're scoring and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that their goals against total is probably one of the best in Europe.
I think
so that speaks a lot for them as well. It speaks a lot for Ronald Koeman.
Mean. Yeah.
Good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But I think, from my point of view, you've got to take a system there to start the game and keep you in the game for as long as you possibly can. Yeah. As I said earlier, you can't win the game, and obviously if the chances come along, you've got to take them, but be in the game until 60 minutes, 70 minutes, and then let's see how it's panning out. Because there's so much can happen, Phil, in the game.
Yeah.
The referee gives a bad decision. Penalty, no penalty. A guy gets sent off. Should have been, shouldn't have been. There's so many different parameters that you can't factor in when you send that 11 out. So you see how the game progresses. West Bromwich, 15, 20 minutes, didn't give a care.
No.
Made sure they didn't give anything away. Maybe we should adopt something like that. Can we learn from something like that? Because if you look at the Premiership teams, they don't go hell for leather in the first 15, 20 minutes. They just sort of pass the ball about, have a little feel, see the system, see what the other team's going to be doing, and then take it from there.
I mean, you're talking about systems there, and I know on your radio show with John Sinclair.
Systems don't win your games.
Formations.
No, it's the players that win or lose your games, absolutely. But once once the manager decides, look, this is what we're going to do, we're going to go 4-3-3, 4-5-1, whatever, 3 at the back. I would like 3 at the back on Saturday, by the way. I'll come back to that in a minute. When you're put there, you know your job. If you don't know your job, you shouldn't be playing. You're playing. You're doing your job in that system, and if you're doing it well, fine, the system works. But it's when 1 or 2 aren't up to scratch a bit, and it then tends to break down a wee bit. So, and the other team, obviously, they're clever enough to see what's happening, see what's going on, see how you're playing, see where the dangers are coming from, see where your weaknesses are, and exploit them. So, whatever system we play on Saturday, don't really matter. It's how the players play.
But from a player's point of view, do you get the feeling? I mean, when you were playing, you were number 9.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But
in Bethlehem.
You knew what you were doing. You knew it.
I know. I knew what I had to do.
I look at sometimes how maybe Vardy's been played and Nugent
Yeah.
and Ujola,
Yeah.
and I sometimes have to sit there and watch and think, where are they playing at the moment? Because Pearson is just playing them around in different routes. I'm not being negative about that. I'm just saying, from a player's point of view,
but they should still know. It is.
To suddenly be left midfield.
Jock, but funnily enough, here's the thing. I've just thought about this. Jock played me in midfield at Southampton away.
Did he? Yeah.
When we played them down at the Dell.
Did you win?
In midfield. I was hopeless.
Yes.
I never got a kick of the ball. Honest truth, I can't remember the wee boy's name in the midfield. It might come to me. But I never got a kick, honestly. And in the second half, I think the gaffer seen it, because after about half an hour, he said, "Oh, you get up front," as if to say you're useless in there. He'd made a mistake. I thought I could play there, but totally wrong. Totally wrong for me, for the team, for the system, for everything.
So Saturday, I think the formation, I wouldn't even want to try and dream what the formation's going to be, because it seems to, I mean, people are starting to call Pearson the Tinkerman.
Right.
You were saying you fancy three at the back, and we have talked about
three at the back.
Yeah.
I like three at the back. When the team was announced against West Bromwich and Vasilevsky was announced and Morgan, I fully expected Moore to be included as well. And I thought, oh, he's going back. He's going three at the back. Great, come on, this will work. You know. But I also think, Phil, just going back to the West Bromwich game, just for another minute, I said to you earlier, maybe in the second half, I did think to myself at the time, maybe we need a dribbler in this type of game. We weren't getting behind them too much. We weren't causing them problems. The crosses were being cleared. Maybe we needed a wee dribbler to get in there, Mahrez, or, you know, everybody knows that Anthony Knockaert is not always my cup of tea. They know that I'd rather give him a big kiss and a cuddle, or I'd wring his neck. But I think it was sort of crying out for maybe Anthony Knockaert to get on, get the ball at his feet, get in the last third, get in the penalty area, and let's see what happens. Draw players to him, maybe 1, 2, 3 players, a bit of danger, free other players up. And I think it was not crying out for it, but I think if we had done so, if we'd had Anthony on the bench, I think it could have made a difference.
But he wasn't even on the bench.
He wasn't even on the bench. He sat next to me in the stand.
Was it?
Well, not far away from it.
There's lots of rumours going around about where Knockaert is. I mean, he was last year's saviour, turning it around from Watford. You know, we totally agree. From a fan's point of view, where we were sitting, we said it needs Mahrez, it needs Knockaert, it needs Schlupp, it just needs somebody who's going to suddenly put a turn of pace on and do something.
I think, I also think, though, Phil, with them players, if you look at them physique-wise and you look at the Premiership players, they're giants.
They do look a bit small at
massive.
times. Yeah.
You know, they've been in that gym and they push weights and they do extra stuff and blah, blah, blah. If we play Anthony and if we play Mahrez and if we play maybe Jeffrey Schlupp, maybe just a wee bit lightweight. I just worry about that.
But you could play one. You could certainly play one and just have that injection of.
I think we might see, because Southampton play quite an expansive open game of football, successfully. So we might see Mahrez, we might see Anthony on Saturday.
I think,
if we do, good luck to them.
Yeah, I think it will be tight on Saturday. From Leicester's point of view, I think we need to just batten down the hatches.
I think we have to.
For fun.
Oh no, I have to. I think we have to. I think we have to keep ourselves in the game. Let's not go and try and win the game in the first 15, 20 minutes. No, because I think they'll pick you off. I mean, they're scoring goals for fun. They stuck 8 past Sunderland, who we've got fairly soon.
Yeah. Next game up.
Which won't be easy either.
No.
Because they've made a bit of a recovery.
Palace, I know.
So it just sort of shows you. And get to Southampton, get to St Mary's, keep them quiet for an hour, and then let's see what happens.
Excellent. So, Alan, let's hope that Leicester turn it round. You've got your radio show on Friday with Sinky.
Hermitage FM, 100% LCFC with Sinky and Youngie.
Have you got much of a posse in this week? Last week it sounded like you got half of Leicestershire in there.
Half of Colville in last week. Especially the girls, Sam and Sharon, wonderful,
what
great
do you call
stuff.
Them? Not your groupies.
No, they're groupies. They wanted to be groupies. They don't want to be stalkers. No, they don't want that. But we've got a couple of people coming in again.
Good.
Just, supporters. We'd like to invite them along. We want to hear your views. So if you get a chance tomorrow afternoon, 4 till 6, Hermitage FM. I believe it's available, obviously, through the radio. And it's available online, but it's available.
Yeah, there's an app. There's an app you can download which is called TuneIn, and then if you just search for Hermitage FM, then you can download that app on Android and from iTunes and listen on any device, on your smartphones, on your iPads, from anywhere in the world, as long as you've got Wi-Fi. You can be sat in a cafe in Spain listening to Youngie and Sinky.
Do you know, I don't understand a word of that you were saying about
Wi-Fi's
and hi-fis and
the
whatever.
world out there understands, Alan.
I know, in New Zealand especially. And if you haven't got a Christmas present yet, or if you're going to Southampton on Saturday, or indeed if you're listening online, because you won't be listening with that other lot, will you? Here's just a wee thing. Look at this for Christmas.
You should work on QVC, Alan. Keep calm and support Leicester. I think that's a good message at the moment, because there's a few people starting to panic. There's no need to panic, Mr. Mannering.
Absolutely, no need to panic whatsoever. Down. There you go.
It's a long season, and we've had a good start. A poor little bit. It's time to turn it round.
And if you want to know where this comes from, contact 100% LCFC, Mr. Phil Holloway.
We might have a few for sale. We'll see. Might get you to sign a few, Alan. Anyway,
with pleasure.
Thanks for joining us this lunchtime.
Always a pleasure,
go back
Phil.
in the pub in the warm.
It's freezing, by the way.
You in your short sleeves. You can tell you from up north.
I'm Scottish.
From 100% LCFC TV, good luck to all of you fans who are going down to see Leicester play at Southampton. Let's hope we can pick up some points. We think we can. We've always got a chance.
Oh, absolutely. Safe trip, everybody, and bring back the points.
See you soon.